Now I know we've only been here 2 or so months ago, but the EV version is finally here. So let's go over the new Kona EV. Can it really be that different though? Well, technically the petrol is actually based on the EV model, so this should be better, right? Well, from the time of filming, the Advanced actually starts from $34,995 for the electric model, and the equivalent petrol is $27,525. With the warning of petrol prices going up again, and with electricity costs in theory going down, or at least staying the same, over 3 to 5 years, the running costs may actually be cheaper on an EV, even though the price is higher. Certainly, when it comes to things like servicing and still at the moment tax, it definitely is cheaper. Don't think I'm gonna let the car off easy though. I loved the petrol version when I drove it. They stepped up their game, everything from the drive to the interior and the quality. So hopefully this EV is much the same. There are some differences on the outside grills and skirts, but overall it's still a very handsome car. They even kept this little cutout that you got on the old Kona to tell the difference, which means that you get to advertise for everyone that you're driving an EV, which is half the fun, I guess. So charging times vary. You can go from 10 to 80% in under an hour, and from 10 to 100 in around 1 hour and 22 minutes. You get 100,000 miles and 8 years of warranty on the battery, as well as Hyundai's amazing 5-year full warranty as standard. You also get 5 years of annual health checkups and roadside assistance too. The quality hasn't dipped here whatsoever. And you would know, because as soon as you get into an EV version of any car, any little niggles are gonna start appearing without the vibration and noise from the engine to hide them anymore. But here, everything seems to be of sufficient quality, which makes sense if they based the petrol version on the EV. So to show you what I'm going to do now is stop talking, remove all of the audio balancing that I do in the edit, so you get to hear what I hear while in the car. You could play a snooker game in here, and this car wouldn't get you thrown out, it's so quiet. At the time of filming, you can get the Advanced and the Ultimate, but the N-Line and N-Line S should be appearing pretty soon in 2024. So let's go over the Advanced before we get into the drive. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Like the video as well, because obviously that helps us out, but more importantly, it's free. You can unsubscribe at any time. The Advanced comes with 17-inch alloy wheels, dual zone climate control, auto dipping mirror, auto headlights, auto wipers, LED DRLs. In fact, it's not just the daytime running lights. All of the lights on the outside of the car are LEDs. The Advanced comes with either a 48 kilowatt-hour or 65 kilowatt-hour battery at the time of filming, and either 156 PS or 218 PS. You also get things like radar-guided cruise control, heated electric power folding door mirrors, which are a wonderful hexagonal shape, just like they are on the petrol version. You get electric windows with anti-trap control. Now, I'm not quite sure what anti-trap control is, but I can guess. So, there we go. See? That was nerve-wracking. You also get something called a heat pump. I know that sounds boring, but it's very important. It makes sure that the battery is at the correct temperature. This means it should preserve the life of the battery, but also give you a bit more range as well, making sure it's in the correct operating temperature. You get a wonderful rear camera, obviously, and front and rear sensors to boot. Vehicle-to-load charging is now standard across the range too. Obviously, you get Hyundai's fantastic dual-screen infotainment system, and Sounds of Nature is indeed still here. This is being shown on a 12.3-inch display, and there's one in front of me too. Very relaxing. Of course, you get things like Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. It's not wireless. I know a lot of people mentioned in the comment section last time, is it wireless? But it is not. We do read the comments, we like to answer your questions, so leave a comment if you have a question, and as long as I know the answer, I'll make sure to reply. You get 2 chargers in the front, both USB Type-C and 2 chargers in the rear, also USB Type-C as well. Bluetooth, obviously, and a plethora of other features that you would, of course, expect from a modern infotainment system. Safety-wise, obviously, there's all of the required stuff like airbags, ABS, DVC, DSM, FCA, and no, that's not the Financial Conduct Authority, that is in fact forward collision avoidance. You get hill start as well, and you get a auto hold too, so there should be no rolling back whatsoever. And all of this comes in the Advance, which at the time of filming starts from £34,995, which seems a lot of car for the money, especially when you're considering you get a nice big boot, which easily fits in tripods and camera gear and charging wires. And don't forget, servicing costs are going to be extremely minimal. As well as the moment, tax is also nothing. And of course, with the ability to charge it from home, you can hopefully, depending on your area, get the best rates as well. Last year, I did around 10,000 miles in my own EV, and at the end of the year, my little app was telling me I'd spend about £450 worth of driving in a whole year. Some people spend that in a month. So what about the N-Line though? From the Advance, there's only one option, and that's to get the 218 PS 65 kilowatt-hour battery. And the N-Line will add 19-inch wheels. You'll add the N-Line design pack and body kit, aluminium pedals, solar glass too, which stops harmful UV rays from warping the dashboard, making sure that the car interior smells, looks, and feels as good as it did in 5 years' time as from when you bought it new. You get front heated seats as well, and rear heated seats. You get to the interior design pack, so it changes the interior a nice little bit. Ambient lighting, rear privacy glass. All of this stuff is standard on the N-Line. We also have a Frunk added, and I know it's a stupid term. Frunk, front trunk. Why can't we just call it a front boot in the UK, you know? A fruit or a Beaufort. You know, that's what I think you should catch on. It's small, but if you want to put tray plates in, reflectors, all that sort of safety stuff, or maybe a little toolkit, it's the perfect size for that. You also get a power lift tailgate and a wireless charger, and it's not like most wireless chargers where it's slippery and your phone is being thrown around. There's nice little bolsters in there, so it's always staying in the charging zone. And the N-Line starts at the time of filming from £40,395. And for me, I feel that's going to be the sweet spot of the Kona EV. You get a lot of equipment at a reasonable price, but it doesn't stop there, because then for just £2,700 more, you get the N-Line S version, or you will be able to in January anyway. This gives you electric seats on both sides. Those seats are also now ventilated with 3 settings to make sure that you're cushy no matter what the weather's doing. You also get this wonderful leather Alcantara mix as well, so you can stay grippy now that you're in a more sporty version. You also get full projector lights, and the DRLs are changed too. A 7-speaker Bose sound system, and I'm very picky with my sound systems, but honestly, this one is absolutely fantastic. I was blasting Pendulum all the way back from Hyundai Torbay this morning. You get full blind spot monitoring. This uses the cameras in the vehicle to show you in your gauge cluster exactly what's in your blind spot. So you've got your mirrors, you've got your rear camera, which you can turn on at any speed, and you've got the blind spot. So there's definitely no more excuse to say, "Officer, I didn't see the bike, I swear." There's loads more safety tech as well. There's RCCA, which I definitely know what that means. You get side distance warning, side exit warning too. A full surround view monitor 360 camera with drone style view and multiple settings. So basically you can see absolutely everything on the outside of your car. Finally, you get the Ultimate. That's what we're in today, with a couple of options. There's the Tech Pack, and there is the nice leather upgrade pack as well. So we've got this rather lovely white stone leather in here. The Ultimate basically has the same specifications as the N-Line S, minus the body kit and a bit more luxury in here in terms of the seats. So if you want something sporty, you go for the N-Line S, but if you want something more luxurious, you go for the Ultimate. Very nice, and they're the same price too. But the Ultimate does have a few things different. You have the option of getting 17-inch alloy wheels, which upgrades the mileage to around 318 miles, which gives you just that little bit more of extra range if you want to. You also get a sunroof, which is rather lovely, I must say. And starting at the time of filming from £43,095. So Same price, as I said before, as the N-Line S. But then we get to the drive, which definitely feels a lot different to the petrol car. Obviously, you got the different drive modes: eco, sport, normal, off-road, all the rest of it. So we're going to stick it in sport mode, and immediately the throttle response is sharpened up. It's almost like the car judders going, ooh, it's time to have some fun. And of course, being electric, the throttle response is literally electric. Overtaking will never feel worrisome again, or pulling out of a hard lay-by either. The best bit about it, obviously, is the fact that you have more torque more of the time. But at the same instance, you're sitting there laughing that you're not spending as much money on fuel. So you kind of are encouraged to drive it a little bit more sportily. And then you get, of course, to the way that the car is set up. Now, the petrol felt fantastic on corners. This one, I have to say, even more so. It's clear that the car has been balanced for the EV version. Not that I'm taking it away, mind you, from the petrol car, it's just that this honestly feels really special. Everything from the steering wheel, the gauges, the responsiveness of the touchscreen, the feel of the car on the road, and even the feeling of the road through your hand on the steering wheel, it all adds up. And if you want to drive one yourself, don't forget, you can of course give us a ring on the number on screen or send us an email. If you want to watch the petrol version of the vehicle, then click on screen right now and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.